Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about another important concept that is related to our biodiversity. What are the reasons for the biodiversity loss, or what are the problems of biodiversity? We are going to discuss. Okay, children, biodiversity loss we are discussing. Okay, in that habitat loss. In that what we are discussing? Habitat loss. What is habitat loss? The habitat loss is most important. Habitat loss is the most important problem in our India. Why? Because habitat loss is dangerous problem. We are losing so many things. Habitat loss is the most dangerous problem. Why? So many living beings, human beings, okay, microorganisms, animals, all are getting die. So that's the reason the habitat loss is a big problem. Now in this video, what we will discuss is what are the reasons for the habitat loss, then what are the consequences of habitat loss we are going to discuss. In the previous class, causes of biodiversity loss, major causes for biodiversity, habitat loss, pollution, pollutants, alien species invasion, intensive agriculture, aquaculture practices, hybridization, industrialization, urbanization, like that we discussed, right? In this class, first habitat loss, okay, that one we are going to discuss. Observe very carefully, children. We are discussing about which one? Habitat loss. Development of human society is inevitable. Development of human society is inevitable. Natural habitats are destroyed for the purpose of settlement. Natural habitats are destroyed for the purpose of settlement, agriculture, mining industries. Agriculture and mining industries is a big problem. Okay, and construction of highways. You observe or not, highway construction time, lakhs of acres forest is disappearing because of these highway constructions. As a result, what will happen? Species are forced to adopt changes in the environment or move to other places. These species are forced to adapt to the changes in the environment or move to other places. Okay. If not, they become victim to predation. Victim to predation. Starvation. Privation, starvation and disease, and eventually eventually die or results in human animal conflict. Human animal conflict. So what I am telling is major problem is human only. Human only majorly damaging our natural habitats. Destroyed for the purpose of the settlement. Agriculture. Mining. See, agriculture, I said no, zoom type of agriculture. What tribal people will do? They will select the one land. They will destroy the forest, and they will use that land for agriculture. Next, they will go for another place. There they will cut the trees. They will deforestation like this. They will completely damaging the forests, means habitats. Mining industries. Mining, you believe or not, coal mines. Hundreds of thousands of acres we are what you call losing because of this mining industries. And construction of highways. You know very well, thousands of kilometers highways. So damaging the forests or habitats. As a result, species are forced. What will happen now? No habitat, We are damaging the habitat of species. Now species are forced to adapt to the changes in the environment or move to the other places. If not, they become victim to predation, starvation, and disease, and eventually die or results in human-animal conflict. Results in what? Human-animal conflict. Results in human-animal conflict. So these are the problems. Now what? Another problem. Overpopulation, urbanization, industrialization. Okay, overpopulation, urbanization, industrialization, and agriculture advancements required additional land, water, and raw materials every year. This is made possible only through fragmentation. See, if you want to develop industries every year, more water and land required. What we have to do for water and land? We have to fragment. We have to do. This made possible only through fragmentation or destruction of natural habitats by filling wetlands, plowing grasslands, cutting down trees. So what we are doing? Filling wetlands, plowing grasslands, cutting down trees, forests, desilting rivers, constructing transport ways. See now how many problems are there. Caving mountains, extracting ores, changing the course of rivers, and filling of seashores. These all are man-made activities only. These all are problems only. See now what man is doing. If you want to develop the one industry or urbanization or agriculture advancement, what we required compulsory, we required the land and water. From where should I have to get this land and water and raw materials every year? We are getting by the fragmentation or destruction of natural habitats by filling what? Wetlands, plowing, grasslands, cutting down trees, forest, desilting rivers, constructing transport ways, caving mountains, extracting the ores, changing the course of rivers, and filling of seashores. So these many activities we are doing for development of industries, agriculture, and what you called urbanization. For example, the most dynamic example for the habitat loss, for clear understanding, we will discuss about one important forest, that is tropical rainforest. What you called? Tropical rainforest. First you see tropical rainforests. The most dramatic example of habitat loss comes from the tropical rainforests. 14% of the Earth's land surface once covered by these tropical forests. Once Earth land surface covered how much, tropical rainforest? 14%. How much? 14%. So very, very, very big tropical rainforest. Once upon a time, how much? 14% of the what you called Earth, of the tropical rainforest occupied. So best example for habitat loss we are discussing. So 14% of the Earth's land surface once covered by this tropical. What about now the condition? Now only 6%. Means what I am saying is not more than 6% now. Even not 6%. Not more than 6%. Means below 6 only. What you understand from this? Once upon a time, 14% tropical rainforest throughout the complete land of the Earth's land surface. What about right now? Only 6%. How much? 6%. Where the 14 to 6? So you can estimate now what you called how much what you called the loss. 8% completely lost. So you can understand how the loss is going on right now. Why? Main reason what? What are the main reason? Come on. What are the main reasons? First, destruction of natural habitats by filling wetlands, plowing grasslands, cutting down trees of forest. So that is all happened here. Cutting down trees, 14% to 6% reduced. That is the reason we are losing habitats and we are losing so many animals are getting die. Okay, eventually the animals all will be die. So in the tropical rainforest, whatever the animals are there, they all will be die because large areas are required for living those animals. Now we are damaging. What will happen? They all will be die. They all will be die. So that is what I am telling. So man only main reason for the habitat loss means man activities, anthropogenic activities. What you can say? Anthropogenic activities. Next one, another example. Okay, that is tropical rainforest. Come to the another example for the habitat loss. See now here 90% of the what you called 90% of the New Zealand's wetlands have been destroyed, cleared for cultivation of soya beans and rising grass for beef cattle. How much? 90% of New Zealand wetlands completely damaged. For what? Simple reason. What is the simple reason? Come on. Only for soya beans and grass for beef and beef cattle. Next, another important example for what you call the habitat loss. You know, Amazon rainforests, very huge forests, a vast area harboring millions of species. So, Amazon rainforest have how many species? Millions of species. Now, what is going on? Also called, what is another name of Amazon rainforest? The Amazon rainforest is also called very important need bit. What's Amazon rainforest? Another need bit. Lungs of planet. It's called lungs of planet. Why we are calling lungs of planet? Why? Because they are helpful for production of oxygen and purifying the air, taking the carbon dioxide and providing the rain. So many benefits are there because of this Amazon rainforest. Millions of species, not one species, not two species or 1000 or 2000. Millions of species are living in the which one? Amazon rainforest. So that kind of Amazon rainforest also, what they are doing, destroying and being replaced for what? Agriculture. Now come on, what is this one? Come on, agriculture and human settlements. Amazon rainforest land, they are converting in what way? They are converting as a agriculture land and what you call the human settlements. How sad you see. Millions of species are getting died because of this man-made activities. Okay, that is a next important point. Next one, another example. What? 90% of New Zealand. What is that? 90% of New Zealand wetlands have been destroyed and cleared. 90% of New Zealand wetlands have been destroyed and cleared for what? Cultivation of soya beans and raising grass for beef cattle. So these are all the points. Very sad because the useful habitats are getting, we are losing loss. So habitat loss is going on. What about state level? Come to our Tamil Nadu state. You know very well that Tamil Nadu is a very good tourist spots are Kodaikanal and Nilagiri hills of Tamil Nadu. So Kodaikanal and Nilagiri hills of Tamil Nadu have been destroyed rapidly for human occupancy. Here also humans are occupying the locations. Loss of habitat results in annihilation of plants. Plants are getting died. Microorganisms, forcing out animals from their habitats. So what animals which are living in that particular area, because of this man-made activities or loss of habitat, they are moving another area. Some unable to move, in the sense they will be dying. So especially in which areas of Tamil Nadu, Kodaikanal and Nilagiri hills of Tamil Nadu getting recalled. Loss of habitat is going on because of human occupancy. So animals are getting threat because of this habitat loss. Now another problem, fragmentation, habitat fragmentation. What is this fragmentation? Means, you see, habitat fragmentation is a process where a large continuous area of habitat is both reduced in area and divided into two or more fragments. Reduced or divided. So large areas. Habitat fragmentation means what? Is a process where a large continuous area of habitat, continuous large area of habitat is both reduced in area and reduced, okay, in area and divided into how many fragments? Two or more fragments. Large area reduced and converted into two or more fragments. It is called habitat fragmentation. So what will the fragmentation of habitats like forest lands into, what they are doing? Forest land they are converting into crop lands, orchard lands, plantation, okay, plantations, urban areas. This all they are changing. So there are plantations, urban areas, industrial estates, okay. What is going on? Transport and transport systems has resulted in the destruction of complex. What will happen? So because of this all the things, destruction of complex interactions amongst species. Interactions resulted in destruction of interaction between the species in the created regions. The cleared regions. What do you call? Cleared regions. So what will happen? So these endemic species are there or not? There they are living there. Those animals are getting endangered and decreased biodiversity, the habitat fragments. Okay, decreased biodiversity, the habitat, what do you call? Large territories, the mammals, the decreased biodiversity in the large territories. Okay, what will happen? See now, the mammals and birds are severely affected. Mammals and birds are severely affected. The elephant corridors or migratory routes are highly vulnerable. So well-known birds and animals can be attributed. Because of this, well-known animals, birds, everything will be attributed, like sparrows. Okay, they all will be dying. So habitat fragmentation. Large area is a process where a large continuous area of habitat is both reduced and converted to two or more fragments. So this is a very problematic fragmentation of habitat like forest land. And so what they're doing, large areas converting into forest lands, converting into crop lands, orchard lands, plantations, urban areas, industrial estate, transport and transport system. So what will happen? Resulted in the destruction of complex interaction among the species. No interaction between the species in the cleared regions, and endemic species and decreased biodiversity. Okay, what will happen? The animals all will be dying. So animals require large territories. Suppose animals require large territories, they are, what is going on? They will be die and they are unable to move from one place to another place. So severely affecting, especially birds and animals are getting extinction because of, so they are going to extinct or extincted because of this, what you called, large problems, habitat fragmentation, and what you called, mining industries, okay, ploughing, cutting down trees, and what you called, cultivation of soya beans. These all things are the major reason for our habitat loss and habit fragmentation. Best example, birds which were are severely affected, birds, sparrows. So next class we will be discuss about over exploitation.